Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, in this video, I wanted to take a look at a couple things in this thing that I saw on Twitter. So, 343 had made a tweet for a couple things on a concept art thing that they released. So, I wanted to take a look at it, and honestly, it's pretty cool. So, this has to do with Halo Infinite, and honestly, I've been looking at this for a little bit, and it's really cool, in my opinion. I'd say this is pretty cool for what it kind of makes me a little upset for what we could have gotten in Infinite. I know, I mean, it just shows that this game really wasn't finished I mean, what we got, I really am liking from what we got, but this game really was not finished. I mean, just from the optimization it needs, it just shows that it wasn't finished. So let me just go off of one of the pictures. So from what I'm seeing in this one picture, it looks like it is a looks like some kind of a Covenant base. It looks like an X Covenant. Looks like some kind of a banished base. I'm not entirely sure what it would be. Some kind of um, I can't tell. It looks like a banished base, but in some kind of different design. It doesn't look like the things that we've been seeing in the game. I think it looks like maybe it was a different design that they had before what we were gonna get before what we got in the game. I'll show in the video. I'll show the pictures I'm seeing in the video, but this is actually pretty interesting. I'm not entirely sure what it would have been like. Like these are all concept arts, but maybe we'll get these in DLC. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I see some kind of elite general. I'm not entirely sure, but this looks pretty cool. It looks like some kind of elite general, like that is on some kind of a walkway or something. I'm just looking at what I'm seeing, just going off what I'm seeing right here. Then there was some other concept art right here where it looks like it looks like a couple of Marines are spying on a banished escort that are taking a couple Marine prisoners. It looks like Marine prisoners. It looks like that you probably would have been, instead of just going out and rescuing Marines at a banished camp, you could have possibly stumbled upon banished escorts that would have been taking Marine prisoners to, like, banished strongholds. That honestly would have been a very interesting concept to the game, too. That would have added a very interesting concept to the game. I would have liked that. I would really like that, especially with the fact that you being able to bring Marines along with you. I will like that, and adding the fact that you could be able to, if you were able to rescue those Marines and bring them back to FOBs, you could probably be able to. They could probably make it into some kind of a what's the word for it? Some kind of mechanic where if you rescue the Marines and they survive long enough to get to an FOB, you get more valor. That would be a very cool mechanic. Though maybe that would probably be in a DLC. Not entirely sure. I could see why. I could possibly kind of see why it was cut, but it is still a little bit disappointing. I feel like with my video with the whole how the campaign could be improved, I still stand by the whole FOB improvements. I stand by how they could improve the FOBs. I still want to see the FOBs improved, but this is still pretty cool. And there is a concept art for the what was this? I don't really know what they are, but I'm just gonna call them uh, what were they? I don't remember what these things are. I'm just gonna call them hieroglyphics, but correct me what I'm just gonna look it up later on, but there's a concept for these hieroglyphics. They have jackal, I think a brute, elite, grunt, the skimmers, this flood, a human, and also the harbinger. And then there's a concept art for a forerunner room with a rocket launcher. I think this is for one of the multiplayer maps. Oh, what are these? So this looks like earlier variants, like different ideas of how the brutes were gonna look. They look like that they probably were going through different phases for the brutes. I think these were different ideas for how the brutes were going to look. Either that, or they were going through different species for, or different. I'm thinking these are for brutes. I'm not entirely sure. This is actually pretty cool. The fact that they were going through different ideas, like they were still, like the brutes have been going through different phases for every single Halo game. The first time that they were introduced, they went through, they literally looked like some kind of bear ape thing. Then the next time they literally looked like a literal bear. Then Reach, I don't even know how they looked. They looked like a demon gorilla. And what was the next time that they were appeared? I don't remember the last time that they appeared. But seeing this, I think that they were still going through how the brutes would look in Infinite. Concept art for cat ears armor. Maybe this they were thinking of maybe adding armor customization into the campaign after you finished it. Maybe. Not entirely sure about that, but that's kind of interesting if they were planning that. Then here's a concept art that really does interest me. The Arbiter for in a concept art. This honestly kind of gives me hope that there's a DLC where there was ideas of bringing the Arbiter into the campaign. I hope at some point they add the Arbiter into a DLC with Blue Team. They were planning on putting the Arbiter. I'm sure about that. I know though it was a little Easter egg that they put that Arbiter doll in there, but I want the Arbiter in the game where you can be able to play against the Banished, like with the Arbiter and Blue Team. I want to see Arbiter in there with the Swords of Sanghelios in there. I want to see them in there. And then there's another one where you're in a on a planet with Cortana. Cortana is ruling with a bunch of Promethean and Sentinels guarding the area. These people are pretty much being segregated by the Prometheans and Sentinels. These two are like a training area, like training areas. Honestly, these are pretty interesting. I honestly think this is pretty cool. There was one concept art that I saw floating around. There was one where you were supposed to run into a scarab. I am very upset that that was cut from the game. I mean, maybe we'll be getting that in a DLC. I so hope to God that we will be getting that in the DLC. If I find that concept art, I will put it into the video, but I don't really have it. I can't find it. But if I find it, I will put it into the video. But honestly, I just wanted to talk about these concepts. This was just really cool. I gotta say, seeing these concepts, they were really cool. And knowing how that, like, we all know that the Infinite's campaign and even the whole game was not finished. It was not finished. Like, just seeing how optimized it was, or how optimized it wasn't when it released, it needed more optimization and it needed more content. I'm not defending it. The game is fun, but it needs more stuff and it needs more optimizing. I think more optimizing I think it needs to be optimized first before it adds more stuff. But other than that, that's honestly what I think. So let me know what you think down in the comments down below. To be honest, these concepts are pretty cool. The stuff I like I said, I stand by what I think about the FOB stuff when I said in my FOB video. Let me know down below what you think and about these things. I kind of want to hear what you guys say, and honestly, that's all I gotta say. Let me know what you guys say, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later.